Welcome back. So we are leaving Kimball, getting onto I-80 East, and I kind of messed up there. Basically, I thought Kimball was a bigger town. But we can go. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. I think we can go another 20 miles and take an exit still. This exit goes to Scottsbluff. Oh, it gets me to the same highway ultimately. Yeah, I have to take this exit, otherwise I'm backtracking. So we're basically just bypassing the town of Kimball by going this way. But I'm gonna have to look for a gas station somewhere. Hopefully there's one off of this freeway. So we are getting on State Highway 71 north. Sometimes I talk too much and I don't pay attention. Alright, so we're going to go around the backside of Kimball. We should have a... There should be a gas station. Oh wow. So 71 North starts right here. To the right is a gravel road. Pavement ends. Pretty neat. Don't see that too often. The beginning of a highway.
71 for 44 miles.
Alright, let's bring up the gas stations here and see what we got. Conoco, Sinclair. I hope they're all down this road. Alright, so we are going north, and the camera is in the shade now, so that's awesome. It's 12:30 on Saturday. Yeah, I don't know why I thought Kimball was a bigger town. Gearing is 43 miles ahead. I could always get diesel there. That's a decent sized town. 44 miles. Yeah, I might just do that. Go to Gearing. And Scottsbluff is only 5 miles past that. Tons of gas stations up there. I just don't want to go into town here. I don't think there's much here, honestly, for gas stations. So we will be alright. Yeah, Kimball is a kind of a sleepy little town. I do like western Nebraska. Never got out here much though growing up. I mean, it's a long ways away from the eastern part of the state. And by the time you drive out here, you're like, you might as well keep driving to the Colorado mountains or Wyoming mountains. is an area of Nebraska I'm going to that doesn't typically have a lot of tourists, so it might be a good way to get out of the crowds of people, unless everyone else is doing the same thing. You know, you keep going north, you're in the Black Hills, the Badlands of South Dakota. There's all kinds of stuff up in the Panhandle area. So I liked Rapid City for a while, but I don't know, it might be a little too far north. Like, really liking Laramie. And I think Rapid City is getting expensive, you know, because you're right by the Black Hills. And I don't want that. I don't want, if we ever do move and buy a house somewhere, I do not want an expensive house. I really don't want a house, like, but we'll see what happens. I say that now. I would be happy in a small town somewhere with a $150,000 house, you know, and super cheap compared to where we used to live. And I wouldn't plan on being there most of the time. That's my ideal house at this point. So it's that cheap because it's a little town, you know, there's no demand for it. It's still a nice house, there's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't mind living in a 55 and over community if my wife really wanted to live, you know, near a big city still, because they have those 55 and over communities, you know, in the more crowded areas, and the houses are cheaper because you have a lot less people buying them, you know. So I've heard that they allow a limited number, like 10% of people under 55. Or once you're 50, it gets easier. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be soon, though. I like how, you know, they're generally quiet communities. You don't have kids, and you just don't have all the commotion of a normal neighborhood. I would just need to make sure that I could either park an RV there, or at least bring the RV in to unload it and load it, you know, that they're not going to freak out, because they would have HOA association for sure. And a lot of times they have guard booths and gates at the entrance to the community. So I just need to make sure that they don't have a rule about in transit, you know, loading it and unloading it. But I would rather live in a small town in a cheap house somewhere, you know, ultimately, if I have a choice. The nice thing about not having a house is you don't have all that money tied up, and two, you don't have to do the repairs. And once you're, I've kind of, for me, once I get older, I have no desire to have a house when I die, because we don't have any kids. No, you know, we're not passing it along to anyone. The state, you know, well, we would give it to someone, but if we didn't have it in our will who it went to, the state would potentially get it. So yeah, if we had kids, I would definitely want to pass a, you know, house to them, probably. That's what most people do. And they can either sell it if they want to, or live in it. So far this road is good. Usually the highways like this are a little bumpier in Nebraska. Last time I went to Chimney Rock, it was closed. So So it should be open. It's Saturday. I am looking forward to getting to the campsite though. For a second I was even thinking I wouldn't even mind getting there tonight. But I do want to see this area. I want to show it to people because a lot of people have never been here before. And they just think of Nebraska as cornfields. It's not all cornfields. Most of it is not. So the sand dunes in Nebraska are the largest, I don't know if it's the largest sand dunes or largest sand dunes covered in vegetation in the world, because it's all covered in grass. Oh gosh, what is it? It's I want to say it's 25% of the state is sand hills. You know, 25,000 square miles, I want to say. It's huge. It's bigger than a lot of states in this country. Ogallala Aquifer is underneath us, and it's the deepest point in the entire country. Like, Nebraska has got more water under it than anywhere else in the world, I think. That's why there's so many cows here and farm fields. Ogallala Aquifer goes down to Texas, that far south. But in Texas, it's really shallow. In places it might have even have dried up. I want to say it's 500 to 1,000 feet deep under Nebraska. Like, it's really deep. The lake, the water level. Not deep, it's that wide. Like, it's that thick. It'd be like a 500 or 1,000 foot deep lake if it was on the surface. That's how big it is. I could be wrong, but I gotta look that up and see. I know it's several hundred feet thick at least, the water level. But I want to say it's, like I said earlier, 500 to 1,000 feet. It's trillions of gallons of water. Like a Great Lakes, I want to say, basically. Looking for a Casey's, and I don't seem to have Casey's out here. I might have to go to Chimney Rock first and then go up to Scottsbluff. Otherwise, looks like all the gas stations are up there. And I have enough diesel to do that. So if we don't stop first, we will get to Chimney Rock at 1:30 p.m. Actually, you know what? Let's go get diesel, because this will be the Kimball to Scottsbluff, our gearing, and then we will go to Chimney Rock from there. We got time. And I am hungry. I need to find some real food. just entered Banner County. Look how green the grasses are, though. This is really neat. And in late summer, it could be brown by then. Depends on how much rain they get over the summer, how many thunderstorms. There is a neat hiking trail at Scottsbluff National Monument, I think it's called. I saw YouTubers do it about a month ago. But I will not be doing that on this trip. I had no idea it was even there until I saw the video. Back of his RV trailer to be in our video for the next half hour. I think he sped up finally. Slows down on these hills, though. I mean, I've been gaining on him ever since we got on this highway. The AC is finally starting to feel cold now that we're going north and we don't have the sunshine again. Feels good. Thunderstorms off to the west over the Rocky Mountains all of a sudden. Would have been neat, but it's alright. Saving time. Those are the bluffs that Scottsbluff is named after. I just realized my parents have some rental property, and if I got there a day early and the campground doesn't have a spot, I could potentially park in the back of them. There's an alley with a bunch of shade trees and just run the generator, if I have to, for one night, and And that's within a couple miles of their house, so it'd be easy